Hi everyone, I hope you're well. My name is Tim, and this is another simple reach out, to be honest, to you all. I long to find the right path to you. I long to join with you. And yet something keeps us apart. Today's one is called More Inside Out, because I feel that must be what this universe is encouraging me to do. That truly, as I've said, it is my only possible way forward, to come very much from within. Today is the 22nd of June, 2023. That, of course, is just after the solstice. A very important date, really. Has been for a very long time. There seems to be some great conjunctions, alignments in all of these things at times. Anyway, more inside out. How can I reach you? Clearly, the fact I am constantly seemingly blocked makes me, of course, question everything that I have done and am doing. And yet, a part of me will never let this go. That my approach to you in the end, of course, would not be normal. Neither particularly simple. I wouldn't say these years have been simple. And yet the subject must be kept simple. And that truly, this is about me seeing it as it is. This is about us seeing it as it is. And this, of course, comes very much down to the nature of the illusion in which we find ourselves. Not a simple one to see. And yet, it is. Because as I look in this existence, this inside out business, as I look in this existence, when I observe nature, I am instantly observant of something that is simply turning up in alignment with the infinite's plan. I can have no doubt about that. It has been here for a very, very long time. And when I talk of nature, we really need to expand this. This is truly where we live, down to the tiniest microbes. Everything going on around us, both visibly and invisibly, is operating on a frequency of simply turning up. Now, in nature, there are, of course, we have some problems. We've had plants introduced to islands, to areas that have then gone on to become, in a sense, an intrusive plant. We've had the same with certain animals. Introduced the rabbit to Australia. Some very serious consequences. So clearly, nature has its problems. There are issues. But nature has this incredible way of, one way or another, over some time, dealing with those issues. You could truly say a lot of the problems have come from human intervention in messing with species, trying to overproduce species, and ending up creating its very downfall. Here in the Algarve, we've got this, it's gone for years, it's a palm beetle. And this little fella, he flies into these palms, giant palms, that were famous for. The Washingtonia. I've forgotten the name of the other species now, but anyway. There was one particular type that really got it. And this palm beetle, it flies in. And it gets into the crown of the tree. It is a tree. And the tree is very pulpy. It really is. It's an incredible, it's a palm. So this thing gets in there, plants its things, and basically all the grubs just eat this plant. All the leaves start to drop. And this is a real problem here in the Algarve. And we're losing something it's one of our, it's a famous tree. It's an emblem of the Algarve. The agave cacti. And so this is an example of just like, well, nature hasn't got it all sussed, has it? And it's like, well, really? That problem has evolved. And it is through the exploitation of the very plant itself, where they have been grown in mass and managed to a point that a creature has found its niche in there. And it will live by eating your tree. Solution? We tried pumping chemicals, spraying chemicals everywhere we have here. And it's not working. This insect's pretty solid on these ones. They like them. And it's theorized once they've eaten all of them, they'll move on to the next close to suitable food. So clearly nature has what we could term in this day, we can look at the problem, the symptoms, the potential solutions, and see, nature has not got this one sussed. We need to step in. We can. And this is going to be an endless play if we're not careful. humans, we are part of nature. But in a way, we're not turning up. We're simply not turning up. We're turning up in a very different way than all the rest of this creation. That the human has, in a sense, evolved to this point of being able to see, control, manipulate, and think that we are right. And at times we are. We have done some incredible things and solutions, even if they may have led to unknown new problems. We have still stepped up at times and formed some sort of cohesion at times in this existence. We are not useless. We are not entirely stupid. But we don't seem to come from the right place at all times. This inside out. That in every situation in life, there are so many decisions that we can potentially make. And how can we align? How is it even possible for the human being to align with this infinite plan? And yet, we do it all the time. We are a part of this infinite plan. That is not in question. What is in question is the stepping up to it, the being able to step up to it in a simple way. But can we honestly be compassionate, kind? Not once, not twice, but over and over and over and over again until it becomes our default, our normal. Can we? Is anyone capable of that? Or will we always be pulled back into what is so clearly the illusion? This man-made story going on, day after day after day, that we seem to be stuck in because it is all we see and relate to. And yet it is not real. It is an echo of the past. Nature's echo of the past is beautiful. Humans' echo of the past, depending on the individual, is often not beautiful. And that seems to be this kind of stomping ground that's going on. This area of life that if you're not careful, you can completely identify with it and base your opinions and reactions purely on it. And then you're locked in, because then it comes back at you. You're in this constant, I could use the news as an example, but that really isn't enough. It's much more than that. It's our individual eyes and thoughts going out every single day that are making our own assumptions, mistakes, opinions. Off we go. lost in what is a world of illusion. If that world of illusion was nature, the effects of that are quite beautiful. That's wonderful. If you were lost in appreciating your life, and that's the only reality you choose, again, the results are good. If you're lost in this world, it's an endless merry-go-round. But I tell you very sincerely that I am coming to a point of love for everyone, everything. It goes to the animals, it goes to the whole thing. With the people, of course, what I'm saying I love about you is the core, is the bit that is the same as the bit in me, the bit I'm praying that I express to you now. That bit, the eternal essence that exists in all of us, that's the bit I love. The characters, the personalities, this is not I got to be careful here because, we're going through a process. It is quite literally unheard of and never. It's beyond our concepts. It's beyond an acceptance of a oneness that takes us beyond everything we're used to dealing with. That this oneness can join us. Our personalities and opinions will divide us. So as much as it feels like I am learning to appreciate the moment, to attempt to remain more in that moment, what that moment's perspective is showing me is ever more the illusion of what shows up in that moment, because it is an echo of the past. It isn't real. It will pass. It's temporary. And when it comes to you guys, I end up with a similar thing. And what I'm looking for in myself and what I'm looking for in you is that eternal part. So quite often, look, let me be honest here. Especially as you get a bit older through life experience, there's a part of you that can end up deciding that most people are complete assholes. I'm sorry. We are. No one walks around all being lovely all the time. We are essentially a bit nasty if we're not careful. We gossip, we blame, we bully. And yet that's not us. It is so not us. And that's if I can lift this up today, that's the place I want to take you to. That isn't us. Just like the world you observe in your present moment is often or always, it ain't real. And so often our reactions in this world as a personality, as any personality, are not flawed. They're simply reactions to what is an illusion. Therefore, everything after is elusive and not essentially us. So when we argue in this world and debate and this and that, it is valid and it must remain observed as valid. But it's very easy to see when there is no truth, not even a slither of truth coming through. Because I'm certain that this divine, it does shine on this world every day, all day. Nature's there, animals are there, babies I reckon are there. There's so much that's already there, just turning up. And then all our attention goes on what? Other people's opinions? That's doubly not real. It's so not real. And yet it takes us over and over. It takes millions. It takes tens of millions of people down these roads. And yet, to step out of that and sink into that gratitude gives you this moment of clarity to say, okay, clearly I will have to keep operating in this illusion. Clearly I'm not going to be given a lovely exit from this illusion and, oh, now everything's great. I have no idea what's going to happen. Absolutely none. And yet a complete trust that it'll be for our greater good. How does that inside out actually manifest? And that's where it seems to be as much as we are and will continue to be encouraged to remain in this moment. It is to understand this growth, that these things do take time. As much as this existence is touching on the timeless, that of course that timeless would quite happily throw in a bit of time to age. That there's no way this growth, this human growth, for any of us can happen like that. It's not possible. That it is a lifetime's growth. An understanding that evolves, that teaches throughout the way. And like in that last one, it kept coming back to me, the inside out one. That I can look at so much in this world and just see it as, yeah, no, that's spot on. There's nothing to change. Nothing, you know that is in alignment with the infinite's plan. Now, I see that as nature. I see that as the air, if I could see it. The sky is easier to see. I see that as the stars, the moon, the sun. I see animals operating on that same rhythm. I see so much doing the right thing, doing the thing. It's not about right and wrong. It's about alignment. It's about that. Animals, they just do it. They are absolutely beautiful. And the damage we've done to them. And look, hey, no judgment. How incredible is that if we just go back a bit and think about it? And then you come to the human. And we're shocking. We are shocking on this earth. What we've achieved is fantastic. There's no doubt about it. We've captured the attention. We have achieved incredible things. We are not we are not a young civilization. We may be very young compared to others, but we are not young in our growth. We are at a beautiful point. And you know, just like that, alignment. Humans are certainly capable. We are capable to align with this. We are capable not to align with this. Free will. You know, we get to choose. And this is it. You know, you can't help, I can't help seeing what is in alignment in a human being and what isn't in alignment in a human being. And yet I must say nothing. Because truly, each and every one of us, it's very important that we understand that and come to terms with it. And the divine has some wonderful ways to do that through inner experience and being shown very clearly in ways, feelings, whether you are in alignment or not. It's kind of, you know, we all know those days when you do feel in alignment. You know, what is that expression of a human being? You know, nature's got it. The sky's got it. Stars have got it. The universe has got it. Okay. So we're focusing in a little bit now on the human being. What is the expression of that alignment? I said in the last one, we all do it all the time. It's when we do feel good. It's when we do feel grateful. It's when we do step up in our lives over time, not just once. It is over time. Time is a thing here. on this earth, stepping up again and again. Yes, falling, get up again. And we seem to have an ability. I see it so clearly in the ones singing, in that praise of God, of the power that sustains us all. What greater way to step into alignment, really, is there than that? In that praise, the very energy of creation that, if you think doesn't exist, then it still exists, but it doesn't exist for you. I don't know how to approach this subject. I mean, my goodness, how many have tried? But to know it's there. For you, for one. This is where blinkers on, remember. There's no point hearing if your mate thinks it's true or not. That's your mate's thing. This is a very personal journey. And it must be seen as such. And I want us to turn up like nature does. With beautiful things. We have leaves. We have branches. We're not just a small individual alone on planet Earth. We are so much more. And I experienced that already. But I want to share it. I want to experience that with someone else. That's what happens when two or more come together. I see what happens when two or more come together. And I'm jealous. Because I can see the love. I can hear the love. I can feel the love. But I'm sorry, I want to touch it. I want to hold it. I want to be with it. How can so much love be invisible? And yet, it is only invisible to these eyes and these ears. There is another part of me that knows so completely of that love that it overrides my entire life. That there's a force, a dream in me that was placed there. I didn't make this up. There's a dream in me so desperate to come out that I have nothing to stop it. I can. I get into fear, unconsciousness. You know, it's a freaky big dream. And yet it will not let me go. It's so big that there is no other way than surrender. And my own personal praise of that power, of that God, of that energy, of that creator that I am connected to, but that is everything. We are truly lucky, you know, you can step out of your staff and everything and really start to appreciate how this creative part of us comes out and causes beauty when this synthetic part of us, if we are only operating on our minds, there's not a lot of beauty. There really isn't. In fact, it's a shit show. It's throwing comment back, comment back, comment back. Yeah, it's like politics. It's just a load of like, well, nothing is happening here. Nothing is being created except more division, distraction, and taking us away from who we truly are. And we all need to get in touch with our true selves, our higher selves. I have been convinced on this journey our higher selves are coming closer and closer and closer to us all. That is why this is such a beautiful part of our evolution. That we have help on every single level. And yet that trickster still plays a very powerful hand. Because they're playing right here. They're planting seeds of division and utter disrespect. And yet we can plant seeds. And it seems like at times their garden, the trickster's garden's right here. And those weeds, and it pops up quick. And you haven't got a chance to make that a nice garden. You couldn't even, you mow the lawn, the hedge has grown. Cut the hedge, the lawn has grown. This is endless. This is never going to be beautiful, I'm afraid. And yet there's another garden. That has been promised. And I completely know we have the ability to truly step into. That it just takes enough of us. And to start to see that garden. I perceive that garden already. I know an awful lot of you are already sitting in that garden going, ha, look, Tim's still messing around in the other garden. But to be honest, I'm already in that garden with you. Because I know it. That we can be a part of this garden. That is the beautiful garden. That is a truthful garden. That truth begins to grow. Truth begins to shine. And its effect on us, just 1 second in that garden, it gets our own gardens going. That we all have a garden. And that garden combined, I know we can do it. I know we're going to do it. I know it's already happening. I want to be in the garden consciously. I want to be there with you. And this illusion is not just the separation from each other. But quite often the very illusion we find ourselves in, giving us this feeling of distance from something so close. Hence, I guess, has always been said, everything you're looking for is within you. And I wanted to talk to you, of course, all I ever want to do is offer any support I can along the way. And here we are, in June. Maybe July, goodness, this time's passing, huh? Keep getting so hopeful that someone is going to talk to me. Doesn't seem like you are, really. So it makes me think, well, perhaps I'm not even supposed to be here. Is that, I should be zip. Won't say nothing else to you. Until I made the decision that I will talk to you for my own sanity and praying that I reach the ones that need to be or want to be reached. That desire in me is so strong that it overrides my fear of saying the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing. That I trust that if I am very genuine and sincere about coming from a certain place in me that touches on a certain place in you, that I up my chances of saying the right thing and coming from the right place at the right time. It's an awful lot of trust here. You know, I want you all to continue to trust. That this infinite manifests in a very different way than this finite. This finite's in your face. The infinite's not. The infinite's everywhere else. It's everywhere. It's everything. How do you approach everything? And yet always back to this, our personal ability to connect to that infinite and to truly realize why we can never know it. We can only experience it is because it is that very energy. It is ever in motion. It's the very word motion itself. It will never stop. And all we can do is bring ourselves to those still moments where we do get in touch with it, where we are taken from this world of light into that world of truth, that there is a world of truth. And to come back into this world with that fizzing in you. That's when you get a little bit closer to keeping it in your day, keeping some truth, enjoying some truth. Why shouldn't we? Why do we get so distracted by lies? What's the so and so? Why don't we get distracted by truth? That there is a place in us that can see through this illusion. And we must, all of us, bring that inside out in the simplest ways. Like I've said, is doing what you love, following what you love, and letting that grow in your life. That will grow a garden, that we will all meet him. Every day I get hopeful. And I surrender. Because if I have a go, I'm like a tiny dog barking at an army. No effect at all. So I won't have a go at anyone. But I really want you all to know that Mr. Invisible's still here, still hopeful. And praying, that somehow my courage will reach out and touch someone else's courage. And that this will be brought into the present moment at some point. Even though it is. I know I'm already with you, but I am just a person going through my things. I surrender a lot of that person, but he's still here. So of course he'd love to just see the people he'd love to see. And that's not a bad thing. It's a simply beautiful desire. I mean, I don't understand, and I leave it up to God. But I said it all along, I want to see you. And of course, getting to the end, I guess, here. So little shout outs to Wild Bad. I'm sure a simple 3D human chat could really expedite this a little bit. But of course, I have absolutely no control over anyone. But I'm sure I could put your fears to rest. And find a simple way forward here, whatever it is you may desire. You want freedom, look, I've told you. It would have to be said very clearly that that freedom is you wanting me to shut up and never talk to you again. You would need to kind of do that to my face. And if that's your decision, that's fine as well. Look, I've got to deal with this. But without that, I I can let go of a lot. I let go of so much. So let go of that hope of ever seeing you. I find that bit hard. I can let go of all the rest. The ideas, possibilities, all of it. But the idea of simply being kept in the dark all of my life. Well, I guess I'll just go silent. I don't know how else to deal with that. No, I just really pray we both have the courage to at least have a talk. No. Anyway, happy 22nd of June. Happy days. I just keep wishing and praying, I just keep it going. I don't know what else to do. Truly. I just here. I better stop if I get silly. Loads of love to everyone. Hope you're all doing really well. And that clarity truly begins to enter us all. And some simple courage to actually begin to join. It's annoying for me. I feel like you're all joined already and you're just round the corner. And I don't know where you are. I feel like you're having a party and I'm not there. That's just silly. And that's something I'd better not be now, isn't it? So this is thank you very much. And the super sensible, highly evolved, not messing around, feeling sussed. Time back. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you soon.